been a little while since our last Duisburg episode, but in that time, we've done quite the madness in the summer transfer window. Welcome back. We've played 6 games of the season so far. They've not gone the smoothest, but we're just waiting for our new guys to gel in. That's it. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. As I say, we've done quite the madness. We've got a new star striker who so far has managed to score 3 goals, which is a decent return considering our strikers have passed. And alongside him in the top scorers, we have Aquino, who is our new star man. But before we jump in and I show you all those, let you know who's gone, etc. If you could do me the favour of liking and subscribing, show support on the channel would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, well, what reasoning for why we haven't had a video for so long is we've been in this division far too long. So I'm going to make them as smooth as possible, as quick as possible, until we get out of the pissing thing. Secondly, we've had F1 Manager come out, and if you haven't been watching it, you need to. So I'll pop a little thing at the top of the screen, so you can watch that, and you can enjoy it as much as I am. So the last game that we played, I believe, was against Leverkusen. So we've been doing our 4-3-3 for a while, and then I reverted back to the 5-2-3, which seemed to pick up a bit. And then I may have played a 4-2-3 run for a tiny bit, but it did kind of work. But this season so far, we started off with a 1-0 loss. Not the best. We then drew with Hanover. Took penalties to get past Karlsruhe in the first round of the Cup. Followed that up with a 6-0 win against Augsburg, which I'm not sure where that came from. Then a 1-0 loss against Jan Regensburg. And then back-to-back draws, most recently for us. Stevanovic scored in the 87th to rescue a draw for us. And then Karlsruhe, in a brilliant game, scored one of the most ridiculous goals I've seen in the 92nd. Do you know what I'm showing you? This guy is their centre-back. He completely mistimed a header for our goal, which took us into the lead. And I thought, you know what? All good. Happy days. They had a corner in the 92nd minute, and he pulls this absolute farce of a goal out. So he gets nodded out. Teo picks it up on the edge for him. That guy peels away. No one's picked him up, and then he pulls that out. He's a centre-back. Centre-back? What's that all about? Transfers-wise, we've made 10.75 million so far. We've only spent 4.4, which is quite a decent return. We've lost quite a few of our kind of good players, but we've replaced them adequately, should we say. So I'll run through kind of the big names. We might as well go from top to bottom. So Zlatan Ramic has left us to go to Erzgebirge Aue for 2.5 million. We picked him up for 6.25. He had one absolutely insane season. And even his half a season before that. And then for some reason last year, 3 goals. He drops from 21 to 3. So he's gone. I'd rather not have let him go, but he wanted to. So fair play to him. Pavel Jerry is a similar thing. He just wasn't with us as long. Had one season. It was just a decent season, to be fair. Played quite a bit of it out on the wing. But a return of 11 goals. But we made 2.3 from him after spending 875k. So again, pretty healthy profit. We've got Raphael Hag has left us in our never-ending goalkeeper roundabout. He had a loan with the team, possibly before we joined. I'm not 100% sure. No, it's not, because we've been in this division for 47 years. So we definitely brought him in on loan. But, as our player, had him on a free, played a season and a few games, and we made 1.8 million from him. So that is pretty good. Who else do we want to look at? Kato Vyborg. He came in for 450, didn't play that much. His wages were astronomical for our team, and we've made a slight profit on him, so that was more just to get his wages off the book. Josep Olivia, similar situation, brought him in on a free, paid him quite high wages, didn't play him as much as I thought I would, made a small profit on him. And the last one we'll look at is Aminio, who's a centre-back who's 5'10". We brought him in on a free, sent him out on loan a handful of times, and made a slight profit on him. He started talking, said he wanted to leave. So, see you later. We'll look through our ones. We've signed in, what's this, Bursel? Yeah, why not? He's not that great, so we'll just move on. Pretty sharpish. Ruan Hackathal, similar situation. Looked like he had promise on the reports. Didn't. Caron is one of those ones where they're not really that good. They're relatively old, and it says that they're going to kind of just massively explode in potential, which I'm sceptical of, but whether he does become a Bundesliga midfielder, we'll wait to see. Adam McDermott, a goalkeeper to bring in to cover the gap for Hag, because Ojeda's taken that mantle of number one goalkeeper. We'll skip past Dominkovic, we'll show him you in a second. Federico Ponce de Leon, definitely isn't said right, but he is a backup right back for us, or right wing back. So we're training him up into the right wing back position. Came in on free, which is pretty decent. It's nothing amazing, but he'll definitely do a job for us, and he's got no kind of playing expectations. And Bay Senghor signed him on a risk, should we say, for 45k, but his stats look pretty strong for a striker. Came in, and I was wrong, but as an attacking centre mid, he looks pretty damn good. So that's where he's playing. Full tackling is an issue, but just ignore that. And we'll just move on, it's fine. Kwadwo Dua for 170k from Ashanti Gold. He's just pretty good. He had played right back a few times, but we've pushed back to the 5 at the back. I'm kind of halfway between 4-2-3-1 and our normal 5-2-3. But if we're doing the 5 back, he plays wide centre back on the right. Does a pretty good job of it. Eduardo Pardo, similar situation. He looked better on the scout reports, just wasn't. So we might make a little bit of money on him at some point, and his wages aren't stupidly large. Tom Rutter has come back. Tom's back. I'm over the moon with this one. He's all right, you know. He was on loan with us for 4 years, then went to Union Berlin, and we signed him for 230k. So they've made a slight profit out of him, but we brought him back, and we know he does a pretty good job at fullback. So he's there to do that. His wages are relatively high, to be fair, but he's only asking to be a squad player. Aquino, he's the special one. We have Julio Maori, who's a backup on that left wing, because apparently we've only got one player, which isn't ideal. But he's valued at 1.1, 2.3, and he came in for 600k. He's played one game and didn't even get a rating, so didn't do too much really. But he looks like he could be handy, should we say. Lawrence Sanusi is a left back. Again, just all right. It's really quite tricky to find some aggressive fullbacks that aren't asking for stupid amounts of money. So he's came in 19 years old. Got quite a bit of value to him for 600k. He's played 3 games and played pretty well in all of them, which is handy. Gianluca Frabrota, I don't know. He's an old fella who plays left wing, but he does understand that you need to run up the pitch as well as a fullback in this formation. So he is kind of the main left back. Sanusi's backup kind of thing, and then Rutter is there just to do a job when we need him to, because we know he doesn't. And the most expensive signing of the summer was Stefan Kuhn. He is a right winger. I just couldn't find one that was good, but he was fast, had decent technique, good work rate, so he should do a good job out there. And if not, I think we should make a profit on him regardless, and his wages aren't massive. Talking of massive wages, here's our new striker. Yes, I'm paying him 30 grand a week. It's a lot of money, I'm aware. Stop telling me. As a poacher, he's insane. As an advanced forward, he's quite good. But he's played 4 games in the league, 2 from the bench, scored 3 goals. He's doing okay so far, so we're hoping that he carries on that mantle. Do you know what? I'm hoping he doesn't carry on the mantle of our strikers, because they're all just a bit naff so far. They have one decent season, then just completely fall off a cliff. So if Stomenkovic can come in and actually figure out how to just regularly score, that'd be beautiful. He has been at Man City for a while. Played 1 whole game, which isn't ideal. And he looks like on his career averages, he's scoring about 60% against games. So we'll find out if that's a good signing or not. But the one that definitely is a good signing is Diego Aquino. 13 grand a week. Came in for just over 500k. He's played 6 games, 3 goals, 1 assist. I mean, just look at the guy. Also, his 3 goals were all in the same game. Scores a hat-trick. Hasn't scored again since. But if we look at his ability. At the moment, good player for the Bundesliga, which is helpful. We're not there. And potential to be a world-class left winger. That is obscene. So hopefully he does that. And he's valued at least 17.5 million. And he's on my side. Get wrecked, Esposito. And the team that we're going to run out to play against Braunschweig for our game for the episode is Ojeda in goal, Dua, Jankovic and Parsons as our back three. So we did have some teams trying to sign Parsons, as well as Newport, and someone else that I can't remember at the moment. I told them all to get stuffed. Oh, it was Esposito. I could have got like probably about best part of another 10 million for the three of them. But I didn't think it was actually helpful for us to do so. So a few of them were upset. And Newport's just got over it because he's a lad. Where were we? Esposito and Frabotta are our fullbacks. Newport and Senga as the centre mid. Kuhn, Aquino and Stamenkovic as our top three. So if we're looking at players that were at the team previously, we have Esposito, Jankovic and Parsons. Technically Ojeda, but he was out on loan at Stuttgart, who ended up buying our main keeper, who we replaced with the guy that was out on loan to them. I've confused myself. So our signings do leave us, I think, third in the, season preview, where you get a list of all the players. And I think we've got about 5 players in the Media Dream 11 as well, which is pretty handy. The team we're playing are predicted kind of lower mid-table, kind of relegation sort of scrap. So we should be looking to get past them today. Esposito has a free kick out on the left side, puts it towards Parsons, and it's decently dealt with by Elshoff, who just lumps it forward and immediately concedes possession. Frabotta has the ball out on the left side for us, puts it into Parsons, across to Jankovic, and we just start to move it forward. There we go. Aquino, Frabotta, Stamenkovic, back out to the fullback. He's got a few bodies in the middle. The issue is with kind of that sort of wing play thing. We don't have a lot of people that are gifted, should we say, in the air. You can put it across, the goalkeeper fumbles it, and then stupidly expensive forward, wage-wise, can just poke it into an empty net. Which we can't really rely on as being a plan for scoring. However, it's exactly what we've done. It's 1-0 us. Braunschweig, they're being pressed. Oh, I've put the pressing up as well, so hopefully we can just kind of not let them get anywhere. Ruck on the ball, all the way back to his goalkeeper, and he just lumps it forward. Generally, you see the defensive team winning those headers. Kuhn puts it towards Aquino on that left side. He has got the guy inside, or is he just going to try and score? No, I thought we were going to have a similar goal to the previous one. But no, we find ourselves with a corner on the left side. Should be getting put in by Esposito. There he is. Towards the far post. Oh, and it's nodded away. Kuhn powering down that right side. He's got a man behind him. Puts it towards the back post, towards Aquino. Puts it back in. And a good save from that Stamenkovic shot. Pretty much point blank range. Esposito's going to take another corner. He's got a guy short. He uses him. Aquino. Back into Esposito, who I worry might have been offside. Senga. Back to Aquino. Esposito. Those two having a wonderful time. Parsons. Jankovic. Oh, okay. Senga with the ball in the middle, out to Frabotta on the left. He's going to get those old legs in order. Parsons, I am asking them to play patiently, but it's like you start building up a commentary, and then they just turn around and pass it behind you. It's good for the football, but it's bad for me trying to show you what's happening because it's also been disallowed, which is sad for the football. So I've just made the 2 subs. We've brought out Frabotta and Senga for Sanusi and Maori. Maori is the winger, but he can play that centre mid. So I'm going to see what he's like for the rest of this game. Kuhn and Esposito with the ball on, just passed it away. Fair enough. Can we get that possession back, start attacking ourselves? There we go. Right. Dua. Don't know. This fella knocks it forward. Stamenkovic nods it over. Aquino. Oh, come on, lad. Into the last 10, we've seen Eintracht Braunschweig have a whole 1 shot on target so far. We're dominating them in XG, but we're still only 1 goal to the good, so it's looking pretty fragile. And we've got a highlight as well. Beautiful. Jankovic, what are you doing with this, mate? Forward towards Maori, out to Parsons, back into Jankovic. Just slow, patient build. It's like we want to see. Work it slowly towards a goal and then smash it in the net. Just don't randomly give away possession for no reason. Parsons, you've got a teammate. You've got a few of them options. Back to the goalie. That's fine. Safe. He lumps it forward. He's not got the memo about passing short. Aquino, he's run through a gap. Stamenkovic, I could have had a reverse pass. Stamenkovic would have all time in the world. 2-0. Oh, we're celebrating, going home, 3 points, wonderful. However, what's going to happen is they're going to score and equalise now. Because Football Manager kind of muddied my point a little bit, but we're still in the lead, so it's fine. If you can hear noises in the background, the dog's been a menace. Right, we've got highlight, and it starts with a free kick. There's 60 seconds of the game left, which is upsetting because the free kick was appalling, and it's just give them possession for no reason. Esposito wins the header. Kuhn picks up the loose ball, and they're breaking again from their previous break that finished like, oh, there it is. Ajeda made the save. 34 seconds. Get the ball out. Let's not let him score. Demir, Gerlin. Is that another save from Ajeda? It's good. I'm a fan. He did absolutely destroy his knee ligaments when he was out on loan with Stuttgart. So I brought him back a little bit early. I was slightly concerned that that might make him useless. But he seems to be doing a good job still, which is brilliant. Goalkeeper, back three, amazing. Aquino picking up a decent rating. Stamenkovic getting the goal. And then just generally a decent performance. We just need to be a little bit more ruthless in front of goal. So we have Nuremberg in the next round of the Cup. I'm going with the assumption that we're going to get past them. If we do, splendid. If we don't, sad. But I'm looking at returning. As I said, I wanted to go through these a bit quicker. Depending on how the league's going, I might come back a little bit more frequently. But otherwise, we'll come round for the third round of the Cup, which will be, I believe, just after January. Yes. So I'll either be back end of November or end of January, start of Feb. We'll see. But I'll be back. And I hope that you'll be there too. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, then do me a favour, like and subscribing, all that madness. That would be beautiful. There are some items to carry on now. And as I said earlier, if you're a fan of F1, then go over and start watching that series because I'm having a wonderful time playing it. I'm just not sure how to edit it yet, which is quite a trick. But yeah, it's been wonderful having you here. And thank you very much for your time.